Hey everybody, welcome back to another commitment edition of the show. This is Zack Carpenter, a former recruiting analyst at Gamecocks Scoop and still in the Rivals Network, but making a little bit of a guest star appearance today for the commitment of Dante Reno, four-star quarterback in the 2023 class. Dante committed to South Carolina tonight, and Dante joined the show to talk about why he picked the Gamecocks, and we're going to welcome Dante on now. All right, Dante, thanks for joining me here, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Finally made that decision and committed to South Carolina. So, I mean, how's it feel to have this whole process over with?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's my home. It's my family's home now. So we just got to treat it like that. But no, it feels great. I mean, the whole recruitment process was great for me. I mean, I have my dad is a big resource for me with him being a head coach. My mom showed me a lot too. We have a lot of family friends, and all my friends and all my teammates helped me a lot out with the whole process. So it's been great for me. It's obviously you get once in a lifetime to go through it. But it was awesome. I'm happy I found a home.
Yeah, man. I always like to ask you guys this. I mean, you took the two unofficial visits in March and like two in like a 3-week span or whatever, 4 weeks. And it kind of felt like this is when, I mean, we took notice of that, like whenever a player makes 2 visits that close together. But for you, what was there a turning point or anything in your recruitment to South Carolina where you like really said, all right, I think this could be the school?
Yeah, I mean, for me, South Carolina, they offered me in the middle of my recruitment. And the big thing for me was the way that they recruited me. I mean, the head coach, Coach Beamer, he was involved. I had a call with him every single week. I called Coach Satterfield twice a week and Coach Lembo one time a week. So just the way that they recruited me, the way that they recruited my family, and my parents being a big influence, and my brother and sister also being a big influence too. So just the way they recruited me. And I don't know if there was really a turning point, but the first time I went down there, it was my first time ever to be in Columbia. We loved it, but obviously first time you're on a visit, it's a lot. So going back down there second time, being able to see practice, we'd see the way that they're going to interact with me, and Coach Satterfield's the way he's going to coach me, and see the way the players interact too is another big thing. And then we took a couple of months off of recruiting and kind of just sat together as a family. And late June, we went down there. What was that, for the Carolina Cookout? And then that's when I made everything public. Public for them, and we did all that. But no, I mean, I don't know if it was a turning point for me. It's just it was all based on comfort, and I felt comfortable with their staff and their support staff, and being in Columbia and going to University of South Carolina with the best fan base. I mean, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and to take you back to that, I think it was the second unofficial visit you made, because we talked a little bit. It felt like that changed some things for you, because you told me about how Coach Satterfield like spent all weekend with you and like made it very clear, right, how much he was prioritizing you. What did those conversations entail? Because was it just going through like, this is how bad we want you, this is how we would use you?
I wouldn't say how bad they want me. I think they're just showing me the love and showing me and my family, I mean, how much I could impact the program is kind of the way I would put it. I mean, South Carolina, it's been a couple of years since they've been back at the top, but with that, you need a quarterback who can build a class, who can recruit guys, and who's going to go win you some games. So they felt that was me, and I felt I could go do it there. So that's what we're going to go do.
Yeah, man. I mean, kind of piggybacking off that, why South Carolina? I mean, how can it let you take the next step in your game, and like how does that offense, their style, has that fit your skill set?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, why South Carolina? I mean, why not South Carolina? You have the top 5 facilities in the country. You have young staff who's willing to work with you, and they're going to be there for a long time. I mean, the fan base is behind Coach Beamer. The whole university is behind Coach Beamer. Coach Beamer he's not looking anywhere else. So just all those things that went into it, but also the offense, how to prepare for the NFL, because at the end of the day, that's my goal. Win a bunch of games in college and then go play in the NFL. But there's a lot of developmental stuff before that you got to do in college, and with Coach Day and his strength staff there too, the way they're going to prepare my body for the SEC, which is the best conference in the country, is the way I put it. So the way they're going to do that, and Coach Satterfield's going to mentor me, and Zed, who's on their staff now, and Coach Coleman. I mean, there's the best quarterback group in the country, and I can't wait to be coached by them.
Yeah, speaking of that quarterback group, I mean, how I don't know if like Spencer Rattler transferring there, like how did that have an effect on you of like, hey, okay, top flight quarterbacks are going to South Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Spencer going there and him being such a great guy, and we've communicated a lot, me and him, and obviously Luke Doty too. He's another big influence to help me, but just those two guys. I mean, Spencer, he's obviously one of the greatest quarterbacks in college football right now, and he's going to be a first round draft pick. And him going there and believing in the staff with them being it's only his second year, and him being such a high profile guy and the way he carries himself, it's really incredible. So yeah, obviously him being there was a sign, but at the end of the day, it was my decision, and I made a decision to commit there.
And like you said, goals to be in the NFL. And you've told me before, but I want you to tell me on camera, who are some of the quarterbacks that like college coaches have compared your skill sets to?
Yeah, I mean my release is pretty fast. Me and my quarterback coach, we work on that a lot. So Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, accuracy, and then being able to move outside of the pocket, not being a runner first, kind of be able to deliver the ball on time to the right guys, and not trying to do too much with plays, kind of like the way my play style is.
Yeah, so Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and then the mind of Andrew Luck. So they're getting a good one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the plan.
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously, big expectations to live up to, but you're built from the right stuff, mentality wise. Obviously, like you said, your dad was is the head coach at Yale, and he has such an extensive background. And I know we've talked about this a million times, but so just sort of rehashing it, what can you fill me in on how his background has helped you, like as just even as a quarterback prospect?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, him and his quarterback coach Kevin Cahill. I mean, they've mentored me my whole life. I used to sit in there during COVID is a big time because everything was kind of slow and nobody else was really doing anything. But we zoomed every week, twice a week with their quarterbacks. We went over coverages, their plays, their schemes, what they're going to do against teams that they play in their league. So obviously having him, and he's a defensive guy too. So it was fun to go back and forth with him. But no, I mean, obviously he's been a huge help in my recruitment process, the way I've developed, just from the mental game is the way that I would put it, but also physically too, because I mean he taught me how to throw football, so I have to thank him for that.
All right, and then I mean, we all want to talk about dad, his background, and everything, but I mean, you told me something when I was up there in Connecticut. Tell me a little bit about your mom and how influential she's been. You guys were like flag football coaches together, right? Wasn't she like a
yeah? So me and my mom, she's a nurse at St. Bede's Hospital up in Worcester, Mass. But yeah, we coached my brother and sister in flag football for 3 straight years, and I wouldn't say they ran us out of the league, but we won the championship game by like 50 something points. So we had a good team, but no, it's been awesome. She knows all football inside and out. Just being a coach's wife, she knows probably more than most parents do or even coaches do, because she's been around it for a good amount of time. So she's been a huge influence for me too, because she's obviously a big influence on what I'm going to do in college and what we're going to do in South Carolina. So going through the whole process with her, she took me on a bunch of visits. I can't thank her enough for all that, but it's been great with those two. I mean, I couldn't have a better support staff with them, my quarterback coach and my trainers. So I believe deep down in my heart that I made the right decision, and it's going to show.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I didn't want to keep you too long, more than like 10 minutes. So I just had one more question for you. Talking about your future in South Carolina and everything, you seem like you have that type A personality to be a peer recruiter. And I mean, you're the quarterback, obviously, in the 2024 class. So, I mean, who are you comfortable being that peer recruiter, and who are like some of the guys that you're wanting to go after to bring with you to Columbia?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, the quarterback, I mean, everyone's going to follow the quarterback. So once you got a quarterback in the class, then a lot of people are going to follow. A lot of people are going to believe in the quarterback. And there's a lot of stress on the quarterback to win games and do all this stuff. But the biggest thing for me right now is focus on my team and my junior and senior year. But obviously, like recruiting the top 5 class in the country is what we're going to have in South Carolina. So Josiah Thompson, Mazio Bennett, and Cam Pringle, those are my 3 guys, especially the South Carolina guys too. So those 3 guys, but especially in the SEC or anywhere in the country, as long as you have good players, good staff, and you guys all believe in each other. I mean, you guys saw what Joe Burrow did with LSU. He transferred in that from Ohio State, second year they won national championship. So it can be done anywhere. I think the way the college football is going now too, kind of more back to pro style offense, it's going to show with the way that players interact with each other, and the way that the class is going to be built. And then we're going to have a great 23 class, and 24 class is going to be awesome. So I can't wait to get started there.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I was writing for months there, the 23 and 24 class. I feel like those are two at South Carolina that we could be looking back on years from now and say that that was the turning point in that program.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Exactly.
but yeah, you're the latest, you're the quarterback in the class now, man. And I just want to say appreciate you coming on to join us, and good luck with everything in the future, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.